Just still remember it's a hot mic, hot mic situation. Yeah. So you don't curse us until after we all clear. Welcome to Zips Nation Insider. My name is Jacob Farrar. We're excited for this next episode of the podcast, Zips Nation Insider. We have head coach of the women's soccer team, Maggie Kuhn, here with us. Welcome, Coach, to Zips Nation Insider.
You.
Round of applause, and we have a crowd today.
I know.
For you.
Like we're giving away something for free.
I don't think we are. So hopefully we don't. They don't turn on us. Hopefully they don't turn on us now with that. But we want to get to know you better. So please share with us your path to becoming the head coach and really what drew you to Akron a few years ago. Talk about yourself.
Okay. Well, I played Division III soccer at Bethany College, and even before then, I just fell in love with the game. Played all 4 years, was a starter, and just really enjoyed my time. And afterwards, I helped out my high school team, and my high school coach at the time, which I'll have to shout out Dave Mollisey here because he actually has reached out to me a few times. He's just great, and I just really admired what he did and got into coaching, and I was a GA for a very long time. I couldn't, won't say how long, but then just, again, I didn't know what I wanted to do after I graduated with my master's degree, and ended up getting a position at Point Park University in downtown Pittsburgh, and was there for 7 years and just loved it before I felt it was time to move on to Lock Haven. And then I get a call about an assistant coaching job opening up at Akron, and it was an easy yes. I really love it here.
Great. So of those coaching stops that you've had, what lessons, what are things that you're taking from those experiences and really applying them to your role here at Akron?
I definitely have grown a lot as a coach and human, and that's one thing I love about this profession is that every year you have to acclimate to a new student class, and actually it's every semester.
Yeah.
So you're learning a lot about them and yourself and how to get the best out of them, and I truly love that aspect of coaching. So I would say every day as well as every year, just growth mindset and how can I be better and learn from mistakes of the past.
That's
huge.
cool. Thank you. I'm curious what your earliest soccer memory is that kind of got you hooked on the sport, that took you from a player to now making a career out of something you probably did when you were little. What hooked you on the sport? Wow,
that's a really good question. I have a lot of fond memories of my time at Bethany, and I really grew a lot as a player in that role, just from, unfortunately, I was a goalkeeper, not having a defense in front of me. And I do remember a few really big saves, as well as I remember to this day my last game, standing in the cold, it was sleeting, and Grove City, Pennsylvania.
I know where that is.
Grove City College.
And we were,
and just I remember standing in goal thinking, oh my gosh, this is it. And I wasn't ready to be done.
Sure. How about even before that? Anything from a club or
I'm
school?
Old. I
wasn't gonna ask you about being old, but I was kind of doing some math there. So what about that 1991 Women's World Cup, that big World Cup? Was there any memories? Because my guess is you're probably, youth soccer playing at that time.
For sure.
Do you remember anything from that and how that kind of impacted playing soccer?
I mean, I don't. It was just, again, seeing strong women in those roles that you haven't really seen before. And I don't know if I ever thought that coaching, though, was in my future, to be honest with you.
Got it.
But I love the game, and I love the humans involved in it too.
My guess is you have to have, at your level, some sort of passion about it, or it just becomes another checking in at the factory, so to speak. So that's great. That's great to hear. I'm curious about your coaching philosophy, not just from a tactical perspective, but also just kind of building a team culture. What is the Coach Kuhn philosophy when it comes to soccer?
I mean, I'm very much human player first. I love the development of the women, not only from a soccer standpoint, but just creating strong women who can go out and leave the world a better place after they leave Akron. I think if you can develop a strong program of women that believe in themselves, the soccer portion comes easy, like the technical aspect, and that's really what I enjoy is that leadership and human development.
Got it. So you mentioned you played goalie. So curious to know how that role kind of impacted your ability to coach an entire team. Is there, I don't know what the outlook is on goalies than coaching, but in baseball you see a lot of managers that are catchers because they have to see the whole field, that type of thing. Is there kind of that same correlation with goalies, or what is kind of your role as a goalie? How has that impacted, how you coach, your coaching style?
I mean, you definitely see the game. You see the whole game in front of you, and I would say I was very fortunate because I have learned through coaches who didn't just keep me at a goalkeeper position, where I had the opportunity to work with field players, and then I coached club for quite a few years, and I was able to take what I was learning from, especially as a GA, from my head coach and apply it to my club team and see what worked, how I had to manipulate the communication in order to make it work for the club players. So it was really my growth development in terms of being able to coach field players was because I was allowed to do that as a GA and at the club level.
Okay. So you're in your first season as a head coach. You've been here for 3 seasons before. Your first season as a head coach. What is the stamp? What is the stamp that you want to put on this program moving forward? I know there's been some tactical changes. I think when we had our players, mentioned earlier that we had a couple players and they talked about the new formation, the 4-4-2, that was something different. But what is the what do you want to put as your stamp, as I mentioned, on the style of play here?
I mean, I've always, again, wanted to leave programs better than I've found them, and it's not necessarily style of play. We need to win games.
Yeah.
And to be fair to our women, they've been outstanding. I can't ask for any more. They're just wonderful. They make getting out of bed easy.
Yeah.
But we've been able to be very tactically flexible, which is very important moving into MAC play, and that's all based on their attitude.
Got it. So we're on the eve of MAC play. We're recording this on a Wednesday, play Thursday against UMass here at First Energy Stadium. 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yes.
Afternoon game. So if you're a student on campus, actually this will probably be out after the match is over. But hopefully we're going for a win. We're thinking good thoughts, good vibes on that. How did the non-conference play go? How did you think that portion of your season went? And what are some of the things that you look for during that portion of the season?
So our non-conference schedule was the toughest that it's been since we arrived, and that's the challenge that we wanted to be in. We wanted to have a mix of games that were going to be very competitive, WVU, Dayton, and then games that could really go either way. And I was really happy with what we were able to accomplish in those games. We could move different players around, we could try different formations, and it's really about just figuring out what works or what you need to train in order to move in, because this now is our second part of our season, where it counts.
And did you find what you were looking for? I mean, do you think you got a good idea of what the team can do for the remainder of the season? Yeah,
I truly believe that we can turn some heads in conference play. We are not we are better than the last team in the conference, and I truly am excited.
Well, we're excited for you. You have 11 new players. 11 new. They all wore name tags that first practice? Hello, my name is. So 11 new players. Are there players that you're particularly excited about, or ones that as fans we should pay attention to when it comes to this portion of the season?
I mean, I think they all are going to be impactful. Some of them have been able to impact our game right away. Others are still acclimating to this level, but they all were brought in for a reason, and there's no doubt that with their attitude, that they're going to help us.
So here's some names. Who should we be looking out for Some,
Just from first years?
or yeah, just anyone on the team. Yeah.
So I mean, obviously we've had different freshman goal scorers. We've had Finn Cregan, right? Addie Hall scored. Olivia Pilato. We have a strong freshman goalkeeper who's been out injured. Oh gosh, I mean, we have Fiona, who she's coming back off of knee injury. She's had a great 2 weeks of training.
Good.
She's really she's come a long way since preseason. Lou, who we can move from a left back role to a center back role very easily.
Okay.
And she can score bangers from,
There you go.
like, you know, so I hope I didn't forget anybody.
That's okay.
And,
There's some names for again, we want our fans to connect with those players and knowing kind of some those names to listen for during either broadcast or when they come to the First Energy Stadium. That's great. I'm glad there's people you can draw upon to make an impact on the field.
I know there's so many girls that come to mind. I'm just, yeah, they're all great.
Good. And then you have some returning players, right? How do you rely on those returning players to set a tone as far as leadership goes for the team? Do you work with them to be those kind of those stalwart, taking what the coaches says and helping that apply to the rest of the team?
For the past 3 years, we've done leadership development in the spring, and they really buy into that. And then now with the new Focus 3, it's reiterating kind of what they've heard.
Okay.
The upperclassmen, I'm very big on empowering them to make decisions and to lead. Kind of in front of coaches at times. So we do ask them to make decisions and to be a come with me teammate with the younger girls. Our captains, our 3 captains, Emma King, Sarah Bauer, and Kaylin Goddard, they're tremendous captains and wonderful human beings. So we really have great role models in the right places.
That's fantastic to hear. I mean, this is a transformational year for the Zips, right? There's a transition happening between the old coaching staff, new coaching staff, new players. What do you think the biggest challenge is going to be for you in year one? And how have you and your staff kind of helped acclimate and prepare the players for that?
Challenges. I mean, I think one, just making sure people know who we are and that we are better than maybe what our record has stated and stuff in the past. There's no doubt in my mind that we are going to be competitive in the MAC this year with the freshmen that we have coming in. And I did forget Devin, which is huge for us because she's a center forward, and once she gets going finishing wise, it's going to be bad news for everybody in the MAC. That's for sure.
Shout out to Devin.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I know. I'm like, I don't want to forget anybody.
That's all right. So, women's soccer has grown in popularity. We talked a little bit about that 1991 World Cup, but it has definitely increased year over year. It's a popular sport. What do you think is driving that growth? What's causing this popularity in this sport that you have been passionate about for a long time?
I think definitely access to teams and being able to play from a young age, and your neighborhood has a team. You're not having to travel so far.
Sure.
I mean, I didn't really have as many club teams growing up as there are now. So I do think that it's access to the ability to play no matter where you live.
Got it. We're with Coach Maggie Kuhn from the Zips women's soccer team, talking about the popularity of this sport and kind of the progression that it has in society, so to speak. Kind of back to that, where do you think the University of Akron, the Zips, can help with that, specifically here in Northeast Ohio?
Well, I think it comes down to us. We need to field a competitive team. We need to put more balls in the back of the net than are put in ours, and provide a team that people are proud of, which I do believe we're moving in the right direction with that.
So do you see this being I don't know the term hotbed, I don't know if that's the right term, but Northeast Ohio, a great place for soccer, at least for women's soccer?
100%.
Okay.
I mean, you have the Internationals Club, which we have quite a few
Yeah.
players from. You have the Cleveland ECNL teams, we've really are very fortunate that we don't have to go travel too far to see quality student athletes.
But you're also still recruiting from outside of the area too.
Yes.
So that's what I love about at least men's soccer, women's soccer is you see this mix of people from out of the area and then from here in Northeast Ohio as well. That's great. What advice would you give to an aspiring high school soccer player, or maybe even younger, to want to make it to Division I? What advice do you give out to? Because I'm sure you're asked all the time about that. What is it that you kind of say to motivate those girls to kind of move forward with their career?
Yeah, I mean, nothing beats being relentless and hard work. And I think with today's recruiting landscape, it's easy to maybe be overwhelmed or to get down about getting looked at by college coaches. But hard work on the field, off the field with your technical and tactical development is huge. And then again, just going to ID clinics, reaching out to coaches, trying to get in front of them. And then also don't downplay the other levels, because there are very good Division III, Division II schools. I truly believe if somebody wants to play soccer when they're young, there's a team out there for them.
There's an opportunity. And you're also recruiting from those probably to come. I mean, in the days of NIL and transfers and portals and those types of things, there's opportunities for some of those lower division to kind of move up into
certainly
where we're at here at the University of Akron. There's a lot of matches. I mean, the season, again, we talked about the portion of the season that you're in now, MAC play. There's a match on October 5th here, Sunday, October 5th. We know who you're playing against.
Yeah.
You've been here for 4 years. How have you got sucked into that rivalry? We've been asking players this season of Zips Nation Insider about the rivalry. What's your opinion on that team from down the road?
I was very naive to the rivalry, and then our first, because I actually have one of my former club girls who plays on Kent State, and that first game, so excited to see her, and then, it's red cards left and right, people are getting thrown out, there's fights, and wow, I didn't realize it was going to be like this. Obviously, that's what makes college soccer exciting, right? Those are the games you're going to remember for the rest of your life, so I love the rivalry.
When we asked your players that were on here, probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I was surprised about how motivated they are to play against Kent State. Like, they were very vocal in their feelings about the rivalry.
I wish almost every conference game would wear Kent State jerseys, right? So you could get them going, I know.
There you go. All right, Coach, this is where, hopefully it's been fun up until now as well, but this is where we kind of take it a little bit easier, some of our questions. One of the things we like to ask our guests is about rituals and superstitions, things that you need to do to ensure you get a win. Do you have any of those, either from your playing days or even you as a coach now?
Well, it's funny you say that, because we went to Dayton and we didn't get the result we wanted, and Nate and Josh, my other coaches, we were going to match. We were going to wear gold jerseys and blue shorts. I'm like, okay. Well, I'm sitting there, and I put one of my sweatshirt on, almost same as WVU, and they score. I'm like, I got to take this sweatshirt off. And then they score, a little bit later. I said, guys, I'm retiring the gold. So you will not see me in the gold jersey, but I am a little with the superstitious. I was telling Sean, with the men's games, I've been going to their games, and we walk, and then I go and get Chipotle. They're 3-0, 4-0. I'm like, well, I got you on Friday. I can't let the guys down.
That team is built around superstition and rituals.
Oh, really?
Oh,
okay.
my goodness.
They'll understand.
They are the best when it comes to asking that question. It goes deep, and it is very complicated. And, there's receipts involved. Like, there's things there that...
Okay. Well, that makes me feel... I kind of was a little nervous saying I don't want to come off as psycho, but I'm very...
Believe me, that is tame compared to the men's side. You're good. So, originally from Western Pennsylvania, not sure exactly. What town did you grow up in?
Nottingham Township,
sure,
Venetia.
I have no idea.
Venetia, South Hills area.
Okay, so one of the questions we'd love to ask our guests, we call it our hometown pizza. So if we're going to visit you in your hometown, where are we going to pizza? Where are we getting some pizza at?
Caliente. That's one of my favorite at home.
It's a pizza place called Caliente?
Yes, yeah, I know, but it's thin crust. It's like the New Haven style. That would be mine.
Okay. I did look at where Bethany College is. I don't think there's a restaurant in that town, if I'm not mistaken.
There is a bar, but
There's a
that's
bar.
about it,
I thought
right?
And I
If
was
you
looking,
blink driving
you have to go to
through,
Wheeling
like,
probably to get pizza.
yeah, you can't blink as you're driving through. You will miss Bethany, and you'll be in the woods.
So
and you'll have
probably
no
as a
idea.
student there, it's probably, well, I guess there is the bar, but
Yeah.
pretty, yeah, I thought,
Yeah.
I'm not actually sure where you were from, and I was like, well, maybe there's something in Bethany, but yeah, there wasn't. So
No.
Caliente, in what town?
it's-
Where's Caliente again?
Oh gosh, Mount Lebanon, I think. I don't even
Mount
know.
Lebanon, so somewhere western Pennsylvania. What are you getting? What's your order?
I got buffalo chicken pizza.
Oh, there's nothing
Or
wrong with
pickle
that.
pizza. That's
Whoa.
actually right now what. Sorry, pickle pizza. Yes.
Pickle? Okay, we got
No.
that warrants a discussion. What's pickle pizza? I mean, is it what it sounds like?
Yeah, and I don't want to age myself, but I've gotten into sourdough.
Okay,
and
sure.
So my go-to dinner when I'm like in a rush is just my pickle pizza. It's a little bit of like an olive oil base.
Okay.
Then you throw on some pickles, some cheese, and
There you
maybe
go.
a little bit of ranch on the. Yeah, it's good.
Ranch. We know about ranch.
Yeah.
We've had some guests that talk about ranch. All right, so pickle pizza, Caliente. That's your hometown pizza. All right, this is our rapid fire segment. So these are
Okay.
questions. First thing that pops into your head. There's mostly soccer related, but we have a
Okay.
couple of fun ones at the end. All right. Favorite soccer coach you look up to? By the way, you can probably have more than one. I mean, we're not going to.
I know, that's so hard. I had a conversation the other day. I feel starstruck when I go out recruiting, with like who I'm next to on the sideline. I can't believe I'm sitting next to them. But then I get to be around the men's staff who are number 3, and I feel like the same way. So I would say there's no better coaching staff than our men's team.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Preferred style, defensive grit or attacking flair?
Ooh, goalkeeper, defensive
There we
grit.
go. Best soccer city you visited?
Best soccer city, Akron.
Akron.
Right?
We love it. Akron, Ohio. There we go. Good answer.
know.
Good answer.
I
Great
mean,
answer.
there's
Great answer.
Akron has been my first Division I soccer matches watching. I mean, I just love the energy.
Of all the cities in the world,
I
it's
know.
Akron.
Well,
there's
because
nothing
I've
wrong with
not
that.
been. Would you? Oh, shout out to Chad, Columbus Crew games.
Well, I mean, that's Chad, so,
Yeah.
whatever.
Shoot, that is right.
No, Akron.
That is
Akron,
very,
that's
very, very.
Akron's the right answer. Okay. All right. Favorite sport to watch outside of soccer?
Whew. I watch really everything. I love basketball. I do love football, but what else? I will even watch golf and Pittsburgh Pirates. That's how bad. That's like if you're watching the Pittsburgh Pirates, you can watch anything, right?
There
So
you go.
yeah.
One word to describe Akron women's soccer this year.
I always call them my badass women. They're the badass women, and I think that I don't know that's what comes to mind
There
when
you go.
I think of
There's nothing wrong with
them.
that.
They're
Yeah,
gritty. They're going to be gritty, competitive, passionate, hardworking. That Akron identity that we talk about all the time.
Got it. Well, besides Zips Nation Insider, this one here, what's your other favorite? Do you have a favorite podcast?
Crime Junkie.
Crime Junkie. That's good. This is good. All right. What is your go-to gas station snack? You pull into a gas station, you got to run in and get a snack. What do you snack?
I stopped eating meat for the most part. It would have been probably beef jerky,
Okay.
and now I don't know if I have one. I know pretzels.
Pretzels?
Yeah, pretzels.
Okay. All right, final question. Why should Zips Nation be excited about the women's soccer team this year?
Because these women go out every morning and they're tired, they're sore, and they're still out there representing this university to the fullest extent of their ability. They're excellent in the classroom and in the community. I know we have some really great women's teams, but I'm a little biased. You're
Sure.
not going to
We'll let
find
you- we'll let
a
you
better
be biased.
better group of women.
Wow, thank you. That's a great answer. We're excited about the season, rooting for the Zips. The MAC season is upon us, so please come to First Energy Stadium. Check out Coach Kuhn and the rest of the players. Thank you for being on Zips Nation
Thank you. I
Insider.
really appreciate you. Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
Oh, thank you so much.